right, cool. Um, so we're going to be reviewing some things on social media and see if there's going to be some teaching points in here. I'm not calling anybody out, but I feel like sometimes if you kind of see in action the things that can be
Mhm.
corrected or the things that are working and not working, it just helps put the pieces together a little bit more. So
Yeah.
I did two videos this week while for the challenge specifically, and I wanted to see how they'd perform. So this was the one that I did where I used the same thing that I told y'all about using a news headline and making it into something, and then
Mhm.
I did something that was kind of like a text on screen type educational style video, and then I did a property tour as well. So the first one, I'll let y'all watch it, and y'all can tell me what y'all think of it. Oh, where's the sound?
Flood or hurt.
How do we restart here? Um,
Would you spend millions of dollars on a mansion knowing that a fire, a flood, or a hurricane could come and destroy it all? Well, the ultra wealthy are still buying homes in these areas, and this is why it makes sense for them. Crazy thing is, these people are still buying homes in places like Florida, in California, and even the Hamptons, knowing that they have all of these risks of natural disasters at a constant throughout the year. With the insurance crisis that we're seeing across the country, you would be wondering why in the world would they accept or even ignore these things? Like, some rich in these places are having to drop their insurance, they're self-insuring their own properties, or they are just paying sky high premiums. So why in the world would this even make sense, or why would they do this? It literally comes down to the fact that they love the lifestyle and that the scarcity of there being a disaster does not scare them out of sacrificing not being in the places that they love. They want to be at that beachfront, or they want to have that status of living in a certain location. So they are willing to take the risk just to be there. So I ask you this: if you had $1 million to buy a mansion, would you buy it in a risky zone like this? Let me know in the comments below. Would you spend millions of dollars on a mansion?
All right. So a couple things. When I rewatched it, I always ask myself, where are parts where I start to zone out a little bit, or where I'm like, it's not capturing my attention because then I wasn't doing my job of making it right. So the beginning part is interesting because there's the news article talking about the mega rich and extreme weather. Everybody can relate to that. I use the hook of like, if you could, you know what I mean, have millions of dollars, would you buy in one of these crazy risky areas? Then as I went into it, I'm watching it again and I'm like, it got a little wordy in some places. So I probably could have been a bit more concise in my messaging. And I think it would have performed just a little bit better than it did. Um, but at the end, if you notice, I used the same formula that we talked about, the hook. Then I talked about the meat of the video. And then at the end, I had the call of action. Let me know in the comments below if you could buy $1 million property, would you buy it in a risky area, right? And look, here's the reactions. The nope. I think it's smarter, but I would probably see that's what you want is you want people to comment on because that's going to increase your views, right? And help people to engage with your comment more. It's even more so if it's shareable because shares really gets you some good stats. So we got about 710. Compared to some of my videos, if you look at it, it did well. I mean, this one 1,059, this one's only 1,400. This one, last time I did a news like update one, look, this one only got 1,046. So 1,700, it got a little bit of a spike with that one. But looking back at it, it's like when you start to compare it with your different content, you can kind of understand, okay, now that I'm looking at it, how I can make it a little bit better next time. And that's the goal, right? Go back, look at your content, look at what you did, and how can I make it better? This one was this is a very easy style of content I want to show you guys where you do not have to make it complicated. It is very, very easy to do this. You can take your phone and literally just video yourself doing pretty much anything. Like you could be drinking a cup of coffee, petting your cat, doing the dishes, making eggs, folding your laundry, girls doing your makeup in the mirror, like driving your car, anything. Like seriously, like absolutely anything is a B-roll. And then like this, I film myself just typing, and it's only a 7-second clip. And look, it just loops, right? It says, this is the last thing I care about as a Lafayette, Louisiana real estate agent, right? And then all the information is here in the comments below, right? And look how many likes I got on this one, 69, right? And I got a couple comments. And then notice I got even more views than this one, which is crazy, which feels like for doing nothing, right? I really didn't do that much in this one. And so I'm putting all this work into it here, but then this one here, right, performed a little bit better. for what feels like I didn't really do much. I'm saying this in the aspect of sometimes you don't have to go into these types of videos where it has to be scripted and all this different work. Sometimes just doing a simple action and putting something that's interesting on screen, that is what's going to pull people in a bit more. So I 1,000% recommend you guys trying that kind of content. This is another version of like, so this was one of my listings. And what I did was I just took it and I did a quick video through the actual property, walking through it. And then I put interesting statistics across the screen. Check this one out.
Oh yeah. I remember seeing that one.
Now, these are just like general rules of thumb. It's not a perfect, right, of what it is dollar for dollar, but Chat GPT helped me come up with this,
I
right?
loved that. When I saw that, I was like, okay, that's pretty cool because it helps put into perspective to your average consumer, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. And y'all, my face was not in it. You didn't have to say or do anything, right? And
Mhm.
you're educating people, right?
Yeah.
It only got 1,059 views, but I shouldn't say it that way. I mean, 1,059 people looked at my branding,
Mhm.
right? And
Yeah.
saw my page, my video.
Yeah.
So those types of things are what's going to help. But having different styles of content and testing out different styles. Like for instance, this one didn't work that well for this listing video. What can you get for under 220 in Lafayette, Louisiana? A 3-bedroom, 2-bath on a corner lot, huge backyard with beautiful oak trees. This home was completely renovated in 2016 and it's got quartz countertops, light colors throughout, and it's just a breath of fresh air. Cathedral ceiling in the living room, an awesome fireplace, and it's got plenty of space in all of the bedrooms. If you're interested in checking out this adorable home, DM me and I can show it to you. The crazy thing about that video is it didn't do well on Instagram, but it actually was one of my best performing videos on YouTube Shorts that I've had in
Mhm.
months. So it's crazy, but I tell people take your content and put it everywhere because you don't know what audience is gonna like that style of content a bit more. Like
Mhm.
for instance, I've had some of these videos, they performed way better on Instagram than they did on TikTok. So if you go watch them on TikTok, I only got like 5 or 6,000 views on some of these, whereas this one got, 2.80, 281K views,
Mhm.
23K views, 21K views. So don't be afraid once you make a piece of content, put it everywhere. Put it on TikTok, put it on Instagram, put it on LinkedIn, put it on Facebook. Just put it everywhere because you never know when that piece of content might do well for another area. Now, just so you guys know too, I used the same formula that I kind of showed you guys last week about how to just take a script. Let me show y'all exactly. Yep, look, I put can you break down can you break this down by price point and how much income they need for a social media post? I must have put something else. Oh yeah, how much income? So how much income do you need in order to buy a home in Louisiana? This is everything that it came up with me for me with the question, right? And then I said, can you break this down by price point and how much income they need for a social media post? Great. Here you go. How much do you need to make to buy a home in Louisiana? Boom,
Mhm.
right there. So see, it's not that hard. I think a lot of us just, again, we get that writer's block or we're just not, being creative enough or thinking, but let this do the legwork for you, right? Let's see. I wonder if I have Harrison Real Estate. Yep. Okay. So I took an article and I said, video bullet points, why wealthy buyers keep flocking to climate risky. So look, help me summarize this article into bullet points to talk about for a video. I put the article in there and look, it gave me a hook, right? Why would you spend millions on a mansion knowing hurricanes, wildfires, or floods could destroy it? The ultra wealthy are, and here's why it actually makes sense for them, right? And then here's my points. I don't want to say all of these points. I just go in there and I pick the biggest ones and I just kind of riff off of that, right? And just say it naturally, right? So
Mhm.
basically, I know in here it says they like high risk areas like Florida, California, and the Hamptons, right? So I can talk about these are the popular areas that people like. But here's the reason they accept or ignore the risk because of the lifestyle, the status, or the scarcity. They're not worried about the potential damage. It says they either pay cash, they self-insure, they accept higher premiums. So you can go in there and just pick out the parts that make the most sense for the audience and just deliver the message. And then when you're done at the end, you could just say anything along the lines of comment or share. If you enjoy this type of content, please like and follow. What do you think? Would you buy $1 million property? Or, you know what I mean? Do you think these people are crazy? Let me know in the comments below. That, just something to kind of get people for that call to action.
Mhm.
And look, it said if you want to, I can turn this into a short script for 30 to 60 seconds or a carousel infographic outline. So it's even already given me ideas for how I can make it even better for social media or other pieces of content from it.
Mhm.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's wild.
It really does it all for you. Now, I want to show you guys, this is not to call her out, but I almost said something, but I didn't because I was like, I don't want to come across as a jerk. But I'm like, I see people's social media and them doing it. And I'm always like, man, I want to help them I want to help them with their content, but I don't want to say anything and come across as a jerk because I'm like, this video could have been better if it was scripted better. So I want to show you guys because I'm proud of her for doing the video, first of all. But I want to start with we're going to watch the video and then I want you guys to pick out if you can tell me what was done wrong in this.
Hey y'all, it's Andre here, and I just wanted to have a moment to talk about something that we went over in our team meeting this week. So basically, numbers are in, and it shows that houses in the 180 to $200,000 price range and 200,000 to 250 price range are moving pretty quick, and there's not much inventory to handle. So if you have a house that is in that price range and you are ready to sell, or if you think your house is in that price range and you want to know for sure, I would love to run the numbers for you. But give me a call at 337-519-0228 and we can go from there. Bye. Hey y'all, it's Andre here.
So first of all, hats off to her for doing it, right? Because a lot of people
Yeah.
won't even do this. But at the beginning of the video, what is the issue at the beginning?
I just wanted to
I'm gonna
Hey
start
y'all, it's
Well,
Andre.
I feel like there's no hook
that.
in the beginning.
Perfect.
So, and I'm wondering for the first like quite a few seconds, I'm wondering why am I listening to this right now?
Exactly.
Like
Because
where
first
is
of
he
all,
going?
if I don't know Entrene at all, I stopped because
Mhm.
I know her, right? And I wanted to see it. I was curious about it.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
general public, if I was scrolling TikTok, how fast do I make a decision before I move on to the next video?
Yeah, within like 2 seconds.
Right.
Very quick,
So
yeah.
let's go back and watch how long it took before we even get to any points.
Hey y'all, it's Andre here, and I just wanted to have a moment to talk about something that we went over in our team meeting this week.
We're like,
So basically, numbers are in.
so we're already 5 to 6 seconds in before she's even getting to anything. So how could I have redone this script to have a hook right from the get-go?
The numbers are in. It says like, hey guys, numbers are in. You can't wait to tell you about it or something. Like listen in or
Even let's go even bigger, even more exciting, right?
hmm
If you if you have a home between the price range of 250 to $180,000, you could be making hundreds or thousands of dollars off of this property. Let me tell you how, right?
Yeah,
If you have a
speaking
property,
directly to that. Yeah.
if you own a property between the value of 250 to $180,000, you could be making thousands of dollars off of it. Let me tell you how.
hmm
You see how all of a sudden that's like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So you want to rearrange it to where it's going to pull the viewer in. And she could talk about, so I was in it later as she's going through it, right? She could talk about, well, recently I was in a team meeting and we were discussing the stats for the area. And it had shown through data that homes that are priced between this price range are selling faster. And what does that mean for you as a seller? It means you make more money, right? And you walk away with a better deal. You don't have to negotiate as hard. You know, why should this benefit me to know this information? You got to tell me what is in it for
Right.
me. We're
Yeah.
selfish. We're selfish when we're watching content, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And that was the second point. The average consumer probably doesn't even understand what she meant by that, right? Because we're the professionals, so we talk it all day. But I mean, I'm at fault for that too. Sometimes I'm like, okay, wait, I'm talking like right now. I'm a first time home buyer and I sent her the counter and a text and she's like, I'm so confused. And I'm like, oh. call me. You know what I mean? And it was something very simple, but we just talk it all day. So
Well, and this is a perfect example for me to prove my point of that it only got out to her friends. So CJ, realtor, Wyatt, realtor, title company, uh, look, Lana, realtor, lender, realtor. These are all people in her office. These are nobody that's going to make her money. So her messaging is not even getting in front of the people that could actually bring her business. Do you know what I'm
mhm.
saying? And so that's why I say to myself, it's good that she's making content and getting the practice. But at the same time, if our messaging is not getting in front of the people that matter, then we're really kind of shooting, we're just yelling into an echo chamber,
Yeah.
right? Nothing's going to come back to us. And her call to action was call me, but that's a very hard call to action to do on social media. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I
I,
feel like on social media saying call me. I mean, I normally, if I'm on social media, I'm like slide in my comments or DMs, because they're already on social media.
yeah, the only people
It's
that
it
would be
yeah.
comfortable just blindly calling her like that would be a family or friend, right?
Mm.
That would be the only people that would ever want to just pick up the phone. The problem is you don't have enough trust to tell people to pick up the phone and call you, right? If this is the first time I land on a video by her, I would not call her. I would probably just follow her because I'd want to see more content from her and start to build some trust with her over months of watching her content. And
Mhm.
so that's the thing that people miss with all of this is the fact of I don't trust you yet. You can't tell me what to do. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, you
Yeah.
don't have trust from me. You can't tell me what to do. So all you can ask of me is either to leave you a comment, like, and follow, right? Or if you have something of value, maybe DM me, right? Like, yes, like one of the things she could have said rather than reach out to me for an analysis, she could have said, I have an updated market report that I can send to you for free right now. Just DM me the word report and I'll send it over to you, no problem,
Mhm.
right? Then all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, maybe I want this report. Or like,
Mhm.
I have a home seller guide, which tells you how to make the most amount of money possible when listing your home. DM me the word seller guide and I'll send it to you for free. See, all of a sudden now it's enticing for me to reach out to you because you're going to give me something.
Mhm.
Make sense?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so, and this again, it was not hurting. I love Entrene if you see this video. Um, but at the same time, I hope you watch it and I hope you get some big takeaways from it. And you know what I mean? And it makes your content even better. Um,
Yeah,
so
she is definitely like putting herself out there with content. I'm loving her content.
so let's go see what Elena has on her page.
I haven't done real estate stuff in a minute, I feel like.
You haven't?
I feel like I haven't.
So there's a good mix of personal stuff in here.
Yeah. So my stuff is mixed with personal, yeah.
Yeah. Which
Um
which is good. I mean, we want your personality and all that stuff.
so I tested out for my professional page. I did a lot of test stuff and my engagement was always so much higher on my personal page. So I started tweaking it to where and then I even got feedback like, "Hey, what do you guys, you know how you do those things in your social, I mean in your stories? What do you guys want to see more of this and that?" And every about 50 to 60% of people were like, "I love seeing your personal stuff too." So I chose to ditch the professional pages and kind of, because it was important to me that like if I'm authentic and when people meet me, that's who they're gonna get is who they see. So I don't know. It is a very authentic page. Um, but
No,
because
I'm not hating on
because
you. This is great.
yeah, no, but I have a lot of agents like, oh my God, I see that you do that. Oh, how's that for you? I'm like, I will sing its praises all day long. My engagement has been so much better.
I
Um,
I agree with you. I do not like when I see a realtor has a personal page and a business page because I'm
mhm,
like the business page almost every single time I'm like I would never follow this. I want to follow their personal.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
people don't buy from brands, they buy from people, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Unless you are a brand that already built a tried and true status, right? You're not
Mhm.
Louis Vuitton. You can't demand
Yeah.
thousands of dollars because of a
Mhm.
quality product that people come to expect and a status with you, right?
Mhm.
So it's like if they don't know you, they got to be sold on your brand first, and you
Yeah.
are your brand because
Yeah.
every realtor does the same thing. except
Hmm.
for those small little differences that we have between us.
Yeah.
I say
Yeah.
that generally speaking. I do a
And
lot of
then
things.
too, I find that it gives us more to connect on. Like I'm a foodie, I'm this, I'm that. I do cold plunges. The amount of people like, oh my God, whatever about, it just gives us something to talk about that's not real estate to form true connection. I have made clients and friends from social media over the years. It's been great.
Can,
So,
can I tell you something that would be amazing about your content? The thing
mm,
is, you don't even have to embrace your real estate content much different than what you're already doing. What could you have done with this little clip right here?
I have no idea. Tell me, Drake.
No. What did I just show you on my page?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
You could literally have put on the top, like, thinking about buying in Lafayette, Louisiana. You know what I mean? Like, you don't, that's
Yeah.
the thing. It's just that you already have these clips and these
I
videos.
do have a lot of B-roll. Yeah. I do have
You
a
do,
lot of B-roll.
you doing yoga in Lafayette. Where are the best places to go do yoga in Lafayette, Louisiana? Boom, boom,
Hmm.
boom. List them on there. Because
Yeah,
here's the
that'd be a
thing, you're
good
going to
one.
attract the clients. That's your vibe and your tribe,
Hmm. Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's a great post idea.
So go back and look through all your B-roll. And my next challenge for you is not even to get in front of it and just start saying things. Just try some text on screen ones, right?
Mhm.
And see what people and see how people react. And just start talking about the community, how amazing Lafayette is, the things that you love doing here, like,
Mhm.
the best spiritual retreats you've done, like
Mhm.
how can I have a spiritually balanced home, feng
Mhm.
shui, I don't know, whatever if that's your brand, like lean into it, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
home gardening, having your own home garden in the back. Here's some
Mhm.
tips.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
all that stuff. Like if you
Mhm.
want a home to do cold plunges in, where are the best, where are the best pools or what price can I look
Yeah.
to pay for a home if it's going to have a pool in it? Well,
Yeah.
on average in Lafayette, you need at least, 280,000 to find a home with pool in it. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Great ideas, Drake.
Good. But that's what I'm saying. All the building blocks are here. Like this,
Mhm.
talking about my only problem is where do you serve?
Oh, yeah. I know.
This throws me off, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, do you want to sell in New Orleans or do you want to sell in Lafayette?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, I do it when I go on trips. I'll be like, hey,
Mhm.
this is all the best things that I did when I was in El Salvador, because that is connecting with my audience.
Yeah.
In general, though, I'm like, my general stuff is going to be here's the best date spots in Lafayette. Here's the best parks
Mhm.
in Lafayette. Here's the best places to take your pet in Lafayette. I'm not
Mhm.
going to flood them with content about like another city because then I'm confusing them about where is my
Yeah.
target audience, right?
Yeah.
Again, those
Yeah.
Lafayette posts and like stuff very specific to our area, they're not going to
Mhm.
most likely go viral. But I will tell you this, it's the weirdest thing. But on TikTok, I have videos that I posted that are months old, and I still get likes and people bookmarking them because it's like, where are the best date spots in Lafayette? Here's the
Yeah.
best restaurants in Lafayette. It's old content that I did like that, and it's
Mhm.
evergreen. So people are still, I guess, when they're searching TikTok about, hey, I'm going to Lafayette, Louisiana, what should I do? My
Mhm.
video pops up because of SEO purposes, right?
Mhm.
So don't be afraid of those videos that, yeah, may get like lower views just because it's area specific.
Yeah.
It's usually still great because it's the right eyes that you want.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Um, Merrick, I don't even know. Do you have anything on your page? Do you want to go and break it down?
Man, it will be a waste of time. I don't really have.
You're
I
gonna
mean,
have to.
I have my personal page, I have my jewelry page, and I did create a real estate page, but I'm kind of like Elena. I kind of combine all it's personal, jewelry, real estate. I mean, it's a little bit of chaotic right now. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
So coming to your page, that would be the first thing I would say is, what do you do exactly, right? Because I'm
right,
passionate about real estate, architect, design, business. There's just too many things there. Let me
right.
let me show you one thing too that's really important for y'all's pages. I'm going to show you the way that I broke down my bio because that's also really important. So if you look at my bio and you read that, what does that tell you about me?
That you're a relocation expert.
And what do I want them to do?
Move to Lafayette, Louisiana.
Yeah. But look at my call to action.
Uh, Wait, I have to zoom in.
Oh,
Uh, oh, download my free guide. Yeah.
yeah. Notice the name of my page. Drake Abshire Realtor. Notice what's in the title of my name, Drake Abshire, Louisiana Realtor. Notice here, I'm in the category for real estate. Notice here, real relocation expert, Lafayette, Louisiana, right? Epic Realty. So it is very clear to them that I am in real estate. Now I have a call to action that says download my free guide. So if they click here, they go to my links page, which has everything here, but very clearly and easily for them, new to Lafayette, download my free guide, right? They click on it, it takes them to the funnel. All they got to do is put their first name, their email, and I'm going to send them over, send me the guide. They get to download the guide, and guess what? I got them now on my newsletter, and now I can start nurturing them with emails.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a sales funnel that I've created basically. And so I challenge you guys, all this stuff, by the way, is not expensive to do. Like my links.com page, like this right here, is fully customized. There's free versions of this, but this one is
What do
just,
you use? Is that with Linktree or is that something
no,
else?
this is links. So it's spelled
Oh,
LIINKS.com,
okay.
but you can also do like Linktree or things like that too. I liked this one because you can customize the colors, the buttons, like there's just a lot more, like you can put thumbnails to your YouTube. There's just a lot more that you can do with this one. But but you can do Linktree or any of those other ones. They all do the same thing. But notice my top three things are here at the top that I want people to do. I want you to download my guide. I want you to either book a strategy session, which goes right to my Calendly link. So Calendly, look, free buyers consultation, free sellers consultation, Epic Realty agent discovery call. Right? Simple. It's not confusing. I have exactly what I want them to do if that's what they want. But this $8 for links.com. Calendly, I want to say is $15 a month. And Kit, what I use for them to be able to get my guide, I want to say is $20 a month. Right. So we're talking about a total of about $50 a month that I'm spending on this as a sales funnel, right? Because people use your Instagram and all your social medias as a website. So
Mm-hmm.
there's no really way to direct your clients to your website. That's really hard to do from SEO purposes, right? The people that are paying like Zillow and homes.com and realtor.com, those are always going to trend way higher than your personal website if people start searching. But what people can find is your social medias. And so if they find that, you want to treat it like a website and a funnel. So direct them to what you want to do. So for instance, because I got this sales funnel all set up with my new guide, I actually am going to create a video where I'm going to talk about some awesome things to do in Lafayette. If you're new to Lafayette, please download my free guide. It's in, you know what I mean? It's going to be linked right below, or I can tell them DM me the word guide, and I'll send you a copy of my everything to do in Lafayette guide, right? And that's how I can continue to nurture that funnel as well, right?
Yep.
But yeah, so I would challenge you guys to go in here and redo now let me show you some other examples just because I don't want y'all to take my word for it. You guys move me to Utah or something. Okay. So look at hers.
Mm-hmm.
So same thing, Utah real estate page backlink, Utah real estate agent, team lead at Finest Utah Real Estate. She's establishing credibility. All things Utah, contact me to buy or sell. I will argue, I feel like this is a bit too general, right?
Mm-hmm.
Contact me to buy or sell. I would have said maybe download which she probably has a guide or something in here. Let's look. Oh, no. Well, so that's a missed opportunity, I feel like, that she doesn't have some sort of guide or something here for people to download. This
Mm-hmm.
just takes me to a page that's like, okay, I can go and look at homes or whatever. Uh,
Yeah.
but she could have a better sales funnel. Let me maybe move me to Tennessee, I think is better. Yeah. I like hers. Same thing. Look, move me to Tennessee. Marie Lee,
Mm-hmm.
Nashville Realtor, your go-to real estate realtor, right? Establish credibility, who she works with. Let's get started right here. Go to her links.
Mm-hmm.
I promise you, she probably has a guide. Look, 15-minute call home buying guide, Nashville suburban guide.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what you want, right? And I'm probably going to go reword mine instead of a strategy session. I love this 15-minute call. That feels like oh, that's not. I can have a 15-minute call just to talk about, hey, we're thinking about moving to the area or I have some questions, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, but again, I would say go back to y'all's page and I would redo some of this stuff to try and add some of these keywords because it's going to help people to find you guys. And
Hmm.
then think about a call to action at the bottom of your page and give them somewhere to go. Uh,
Hmm.
Linktree, I'm pretty sure is free if you want to set up a Linktree or something.
Yeah, I have the paid version. I like it. I haven't been in there in a minute. I need to go clean it up. But yeah, my call to action is just work with me with an arrow below. When you click it, I actually just got the listing appointment I have today came from Instagram. It's a, I need to work on that. It's just like you click it and you give me your email and then you can leave a note and then I contact you.
The thing
So,
that's hard is like people don't want to give you contact information unless you're giving them something back. That's
hmm.
what I always kind of emphasize.
Yeah,
That's why for me personally, it's easier to me to get people's contact info if I'm giving them something in return.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
And
And they're not going to question it as much because they really want whatever you're giving them.
yeah,
So it's a trade.
and I mean, it's not hard to make guides, y'all. You do not have to reinvent the wheel. I mean, you just come over to literally in here, and there's like AIs that can help you build out guides and stuff like that. I mean, if you really are like at a loss of like what to make, you can literally find like real estate. I think I think it's Etsy.
Well, if you're with Epic, we're coming out with buyer's guides soon.
Well, there you
Buyer
go.
and seller guides. So you can just use that and plug in your stuff.
Yeah, buyer guides. They have templates right here for you. You can go buy these templates and have them pre-done. And then they literally download a Canva and you go in there and just plug and play, drop your stuff to make it better.
Mhm.
Personally, I think it's better if you can just make your own and not take one of these like because like there's probably a million real estate agents who use these versions. So I would go
Mhm.
and probably make one that's a bit more simple and not as complicated. The cool thing is you can go in and chat GPT and say, hey, chat GPT, I want to make a simple guide for people to download. I'm a realtor in Lafayette, Louisiana. What are the most important things that buyers would want in that guide? Make it short and concise that I can build it out on Canva. Boom. I promise you, it's going to
Mhm.
give you all the prompts and everything that you need. Then you're going to take that over to Canva, add your photo, your headshots, maybe some pictures of Lafayette, and boom, you have a guide. Then you can put it in a Google Drive and have that link ready to go and saved somewhere. And then when
Mhm.
people ask for it, you just give them that Google Drive link. Or you use something like Kit where they have to download, they have to put in their email and their information in order to be able
Mhm.
to get it from you.
Yeah.
If social media lead generation is what you want, this is kind of the best way to do it. Like it's very, very hard to just get people to randomly reach out to you. The best thing is to start
Mhm.
conversations or give people something to download. That's where you're going to find the most value.
Mhm.
Let's look at some of her
Yeah.
videos. Let's see if there's anything we can break down and see how her content's doing. Because obviously she has some good stuff here. Um, I bet this is an example of the text on screen one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm.
Who's typing at the computer and drinking a cup of coffee. How long did that take her to make?
I did one of those a while back and it really did do well.
Yep. Y'all, she did nothing. She danced and she took a
Mhm.
video of herself in a new construction house.
Yeah.
Like, and she got 5,600 views on it. You know what I'm saying? Like there, she's not reinventing the wheel with all this stuff. Look at this. Another one. Y'all, you can literally go and copy this exact template. Like you don't even have
Mhm.
to reinvent anything. You can literally just start following this woman and go and redo all of her videos. I would tell you 1,000%.
Yeah.
Seriously. You think she's gonna find your page and go, oh my God, they're copying me?
Yeah. Yeah.
And who cares even if she does? Say, well, thank you. I was so inspired by your content. I love following you. You're helping
Yeah.
me get more business. She would probably be flattered,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Like you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to have writer's block. Just literally do what everybody else is doing. It's working, right?
Hmm.
Look, another one I'm sure is this is super simple. Oh my God. Y'all, 6,000 views for holding a key.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
Come
What's
on,
her
man.
name?
When people
Who?
tell me they don't know what to do on camera anymore, I want to kick y'all in the face. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Don't give
What's
me
her
that.
name? Who is
Uh,
this?
This is Move Me to Tennessee. Her name's
Oh,
Marie Lee.
okay.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah, she has a great page. And I will tell you this, go and follow some people that you really like, that have that this type of content because it's going to inspire you when you see those types of things. You'll be like, oh, I can make that. Especially because
Mhm.
she'll start popping up in your posts. And so start watching her posts and be like, oh, I can do that. That's an easy one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I started thinking about because I started doing more of those B-roll things. I started thinking
Mhm.
about, I'm like, oh man, when I'm doing anything, I'm just going to start pulling out my camera. I go to lunch, I'm going to set it down and like do it. Like right now while I'm teaching, I'm kicking myself because I could be literally videoing this, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it right now, actually. We're gonna turn the camera around and I'm going to keep talking to you guys while I video. So it looks like I'm actually in the middle of something. And so now I can use this B-roll later and you guys are going to see it with the text on screen. And it's going to show that I'm very professional because they're going to be like, oh, what is he talking about? Is he holding a webinar? He must be a really big professional in real estate.
I can't wait to see what you're gonna do with that video, Drake.
So I'm saying, like, literally, you have things that you're doing in your daily life. See, you can
Hmm.
already picture it, right? Me just sitting here,
Hmm.
just putting something on screen and it's there. Right.
Yeah. Love it. So inspiring. I needed this today, and the sun's out. Today is just such a beautiful day.
I'm excited to teach this stuff. Hopefully at the end, did you hear anything if they approved yet
Approved what?
about me coaching at our MLS for social media?
Oh, no, I have not, but that would be amazing.
I keep getting texts about it from different people of like, hey,
Oh, really? I haven't heard anything yet.
Suzanne texted me, Erica Taylor texted me, so I'm just
Oh,
like,
they're on the board. See, I'm not on the board. I'm just on the MLS committee, so I don't
oh,
hear everything the board hears.
that's
So,
why. Sorry, y'all. I don't know why I'm
yeah.
checking my email on screen. I have it. But yeah, so thank y'all for coming. I hope
Yeah,
this was
thanks.
helpful. I hope
It
this was
was.
helpful to take place. I'll tell you this, guys, too. If you're curious about a guide, literally just go through my funnel. Go click through my funnel and it'll send it to you. Actually, you can test it and tell me how it works. And go steal my Lafayette guide and go make you one.
No, there you
Awesome.
go.
You're
Okay?
so inspiring, Drake.
Thanks. I'm glad.
All right.
I'm just passionate about this stuff. It's fun. I love
Oh, I
marketing.
know, but I love it. I love watching people live their purpose. It's like so it ignites anyone around you, you know? So I love
Good.
that.
Yay. Now I'm ready to see all kind of spiritual and yoga and healthy
Yeah.
food and
I know.
all
I
those
finally
like
feel like I'm coming back to life because now this is my new year. Spring is my new year. So I'm like literally defrosting. So I'm like, I'm loving it. So yeah.
good. Good,
Yeah.
good. And go redo y'all's bios. Make sure you add some stuff in there about real estate, why people should work with you, what makes you different,
Mhm.
or you know what I mean? What exactly do you do? Like, yeah, you can
Yeah.
talk about your passions, but it should be specifically like, hey, I help people buy or sell or relocate to this area, blah, blah, blah.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome sauce. Thanks, Drake.
Thank you.